Hi, I'm Randy Crownover, and I want to thank you for checking out Life Matters. Today, I want to talk with you about the second part of a three-part series on having strong, stable relationships. Last time, I talked with you about doing your part. This time, I want to talk to you about the key: keep things emotionally safe. Now, most of us are used to thinking about physical safety. Right now, we're in the middle of a COVID epidemic, and we're being encouraged to wear masks, wash our hands, avoid large crowds, social distance, all sorts of other things. Stay at home if you think you're sick. All sorts of other things to keep ourselves and others physically safe. However, emotional safety is a whole different thing. Emotional safety involves doing those things that let you stand up for yourself in a way that will let other people be themselves and are less likely to trigger an emotional response. So you begin, and it's very, very simple because there's only really two parts. The first part is how you speak. The second part is how you listen. When you get ready to talk to somebody, speak just for yourself. I like to invite people to start by using what we call I statements. I think, I feel, I want, I need. There are ways that as you go along that you can learn to speak in other ways, but those are the ways that can get you started. Then speak just about one thing at a time. You may have a dozen, but only stick to one that's most important in the moment. Keep it short and simple. Don't ramble on. Give the other person then time to respond to you. Make sure that they heard it correctly before you go on to share more. The second key is now keep those fingers up here right so you can see them. The second part is to listen. Most of the time, if we're in an argument, we're going to listen about how we're going to rebut the other person. All that does is keep the argument going. But we don't want to do that if we're going to have strong, stable relationships. Instead, you want to listen to really hear and understand what the other person's saying. If they start to ramble on and you kind of get lost, well, you can just stop them and you can really quickly paraphrase back to them what you think they've heard. Make sure that you got it straight, what you think they've said. Make sure that you've got it right, that you're hearing them correctly. You know, I found very, very few people that if you do that, are really going to be upset. And instead, what they're going to do is be amazed that you're actually listening to them and giving them the time and the appreciation. Then, once you've done that, if things aren't still clear or you have other questions, you can ask things like what or how. But please avoid using the word why. Why often leaves people feeling like you're rebutting them or you're about to argue with them or puts them on the defensive. But when you ask what or how, it begs for more information and more of their story. They're able to feel more relaxed and tell you and clarify what they really mean. For example, if you wonder what was a person's intention, well, that's what you want to ask. Not why did you do that, but what was important to you about doing that? What were you thinking about doing that? How did you feel as that was going on? How did you go about coming to that decision? That, again, asks for their story, and people love to tell their stories, including you. Practice these two steps to this important key and see how your relationships change. I'm Randy Crownover. I'm a licensed marital and family therapist in Edmond, Oklahoma. If you're within the state of Oklahoma, where I'm licensed to practice, please check me out at randycrownover.com. And if you're interested in my services, I hope you'll use the opportunities there to give me a call. And as you leave this session today, hit that subscribe button and pass me on to other friends. I like to have a crowd. I enjoy other people. Look forward to seeing you again next week.